Most respected dear family members, today I do not have words to express the feelings of millions and millions of Indians who voted for Sri Narednra Modi, who was proposed by the NDA as the Prime Minister candidate of India, far beyond the level of all the predictions, all the statistical surveys. Modi and NDA got almost 335 seats in the parliament, which is almost 75 to 80 numbers more than the general predictions. Now, majority of the people expects and wishes that India is going to change from a dynasty rule and the charisma handed over from Jawaharlal Nehru to Indira Gandhi, from Indira Gandhi to Rajiv Gandhi, and Rajiv Gandhi to his lover Sonia Gandhi, and from that lover to almost semi-matured boy Rahul Gandhi. But India rejected outrightly that party which almost declared that Italian boy will be the Prime Minister of India, and a series of hundreds and hundreds of allegations were poured on the head of Sri Narednra Modi. Majority of the congressmen insulted Narendra Modi, and Trinamool Congress top leader Mamata Banerjee even called Narendra Modi the donkey and monkey, and other non-NDA members never went beyond a limit for denigrating Sri Narendra Modi. Whereas the most degrading words were used by Sri A.K. Antony, who almost destroyed our defense system, who denigrated Narendra Modi like Kapil Sibal, and even Chidambaram used seriously negative words. All other people like Digvijay Singh, Shinde, their cheapest words, lowest denigrating comments, negatively memorable comes from A.K. Antony. All these never degraded the value of Sri Narendra Modi in the mind of the people of India, and he himself got successful with more than 4 lakhs votes, and the 11th Avatara of India, that is Kejriwal, who was declared as the Avatara for preventing India from drifting to corruption to higher levels. He himself declared that he was born for defeating Narednra Modi, and he got 100 times more publicity in the media than what he really deserved. What I wanted to conclude, all the negatives uttered by the so-called Congress people and mentally immature proposed Congress Prime Minister and his mother and sister, plus the so-called genius type of ministers, Narendra Modi came out in flying colors. Narendra Modi came out in excellent aroma. He is living and he will be living in the mind of the people, particularly youth, who started working for him for the last not less than 3 to 8 months. Much more than all these things, RSS Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh is celebrating the 89th birth year, almost touching 90th year of its birth, 1925 to 2015. That 89th year, RSS came out in extremely strong mind, hand and leg, and undoubtedly kept away the old people like L.K. Advani, Murali Manohar Joshi and Jaswant Singh and so-called his friend relatives. And undoubtedly RSS proposed Narendra Modi as the Chief Minister 8 months ago, in spite of the faded mind of Sushma Swaraj and L.K. Advani et al. All these negatives started from the day of birth of the Prime Ministership proposal of Narendra Modi. But India, our motherland, needed a powerful, strong, mentally unchallengeable individual who can boldly say, who boldly said Bharat Mata Ki Jai. And he proved for the last 10 years what he could do in a small state of India. In spite of the minorities coming under the flag of Indian National Congress and leftist, he could come out. Maybe the blessing of the Almighty and omnipotent, omnipresent divine power, maybe the blessings of the great rishis of India, maybe the blessings of the motherland, and definitely the blessings of the youth of India, definitely the blessings of the patriots of India. And what Narendra Modi has to do and will do, everyone has got almost an idea about it, for which nobody needs to give any suggestion. But one thing I always think, only one intellectual Indian has declared long back, even though he recently corrected, he will leave India, he will leave India if Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister of India. The youth of India who voted and who did their work for getting Prime Ministership for Narendra Modi should see that Anandamurthy is leaving from India because he wanted to leave from India if Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister. And perhaps it may be his last wish. And the great painter of India who portrayed and who drew the paintings of naked Hanuman, naked Lakshmi, naked Saraswati, naked Parvati, naked Bharat Mata. That man also wanted to leave India. He left India to some Middle East country, and India was fortunate enough for not taking his dead body in this holy land, because he denigrated India, even though the so-called intellectuals, leftists and other people supported him for denigrating their motherland. But this man, Anandamurthy, wanted to leave India if Narendra Modi becomes the Prime Minister. The youth should give all the needed appreciation, motivation, encouragement for leaving such a man from India and serving his intellectual leftist capacity for some other country where he will be getting permanent green visa to stay and live. All other thing, I wish Narendra Modi will be taking the full support of AIADMK without getting threatening type of warning from them. He should take all support from Biju Patnaik, Nitish Kumar and all small and big party, as he has already declared 1 week ago when he was interviewed by Arnab Goswami. So he has kept NDA's doors opened to accept any people, including a single MP from any party, for supporting his mission-oriented, enlightening and enriching Bharat Mata. I pray that he gets a long, healthy, useful, purposeful, fruitful and meaningful life for serving Bharat and Bharat Mata. In India there should be only Indians, no minority, no majority. In India, nobody should be deprived of any facility that is available for some other group. India should become the spiritual capital of the world. India should become the guide for the world. What really meant by our great rishis through their messages, Sahana Vavadu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahavidyam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vadhitamastu. And Narendra Modi should not get cheated by the Christian missionaries of India, who are really burning India for the last not less than 50 or 100 years under the Congress and British rules. The Christians and the Muslims will do their level best to extract and exploit Narendra Modi, and whenever he falls down they will work against him. That is the culture of the two minorities in India. If somebody is in the power, they will show that they are supporting, and internally they will do their level worst to see Narendra Modi will be falling down and coming down. Their always lenience will be towards Italian people and Arabian people by religion. And I am sure that even though Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a great man, he always wanted to pamper a group of people for getting his name elevated into higher level, like Jawaharlal Nehru did. And Atal Bihari Vajpayee was not an ideal model. Internally he had something, and externally he wanted to get the clapping and applause of the people. And he showed a secular face for getting the clapping and for getting not the support of the people. And Narendra Modi, as Shakespeare said, thou be the worst, you be yourself. As Franklin said, there cannot be two yous, you should be one. You should not be Y-O-U-S, two yous cannot be there. So what is there in the mind should be reflected in the face, what is in the face should be reflected in the mind. So be transparent, be open, be truthful, be sincere, be devoted, be dedicated to our motherland, to our culture. Whether it is Obama or whether it is Osama, they will definitely appreciate this transparent and open approach to make Bharat, India, the greatest country in the world, having enriched spirituality, having all science and technology, having excellent manpower, and utilize the genius knowledge of every Indian, whether they belong to Hindus, Christians or Muslims, whether they belong to leftist, rightist or middleist. I am sure that, dear Modi ji, the blessing that you got from your mother yesterday, that mother who nurtured you by washing the vessels of the people living in the neighborhood for getting the livelihood. You lived a life from poverty. Perhaps only God and Mother India destined you to become the Prime Minister of India. We are proud to more than 100% that a man who really experienced poverty, who really experienced the taste of the hunger, who really experienced the culture of India. When Modi came to Amma's birthday in Vallikavu, Kerala, he said, Kamaye dukkadaptanam pranina martanashanam. I do not want the chair of the king. I do not want the name and fame. I want to see that those who are weeping, those who are crying, those who are sad, those who are hungry, their problems should be solved. You used the messages of the great rishis of India. Let our rishis, let our motherland, let all those who supported you, let also all those who opposed you, bless you. Unfortunately, Sonia Gandhi, the UPA president, showed her Italian culture by saying that she hoped that Modi will not divide India. In fact, she does not have an Indian blood. She does not have an Indian culture. She is not born and brought up in India. She was given the vessel of the nectar through the love affairs of the former Indian Prime Minister. She dared to say that she hopes that India will not be divided under Narendra Modi. And that was the most painful words and scene. Yesterday we happened to listen and watch, but God gave the deserving punishment to her mentally semi-abnormal future so-called Prime Minister candidate. Anyway, whenever the system in equilibrium is disturbed, the system will adjust itself in such a way that effect of the disturbance will be nullified. This indirectly told by Lord Krishna, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya dharma samsthapanarthaya dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whatever has to happen, it happened in the country where 10 avatars came for reinstating dharma, and perhaps Modi, Narendra Modi, may be one among that list in the ordinary human size and shape and form who came to reinstate Indian culture, Indian values, Indian dharma from the threats of Christian missionaries, from the threats of the so-called intellectuals like Anandamurti, from the threats of Islamization of India, and many known and unknown threats existing in India. But world appreciated a lot about his life and about his becoming the Prime Minister candidate and in near future the Prime Minister of India. And the big person Kejriwal, brought up by the media, learned that one day you cannot become the Prime Minister. One day you cannot become All India leader. In one day's work you cannot conquer the people. And that also, when he became the Chief Minister of Delhi, world over ignored the 5 state winnings of BJP and they trumpeted the victory of Kejriwal. Now the world will just close their ears and eyes towards Kejriwal, who declared that he was born to erase off the corruption from India. And this election taught Indians very many lessons. And we from Kerala, Parashurama Kshetra, contributed 20 opposition MPs for just shouting against Narendra Modi. After emergency also, Kerala contributed 20 MPs who fight each other in Kerala, but who will unite together in Parliament for opposing Atal Bihari Vajpayee and other people in Parliament. So Kerala is said to be the God's own land, but generally behaves as Satan's own land whenever parliament election comes. Being a Keralite, I am not sad about it, but I feel that India is one, Indians are one, of which Keralites are only exceptions. Let Dharma Samsthapanarthaya message reverberate, echo in the world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, sarve bhavantu suginaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhave. My prayer and my best wishes and all my great feelings to the team of Sri Narendra Modi on the occasion of his becoming the Prime Minister of my motherland. Thank you very much.